What do we got for Team Red and Team Blue? We got ourselves Ganker gonna be first up, well, at least first up in the Team Red from the order top to bottom with Illidanate hanging on the back. We got No Mova as a Warlock and Alliance, Shake On as a Shadow Priest Void Elf, and we got, what's your name? Alun? That's good enough. Crystal's on Team Blue gonna be first up. What Team Blue? We also got ourselves, how do you even say? Majolic DK, I guess. Nut Smash, Orc Smash, Crom Star. I love the Nut Smash, Orc Smash combo though. What is that? We got ourselves Shaken actually getting melted completely. The dots are actually melted and barely alive with Christina taking massive bites out of him. Mindbender dropping into the fight. Christina actually taking for damage for a bit here. Shaken does not have swap right now. Does not play the Void Shift. Could play Void Shift as a Shadow Priest. That's totally allowed. They want to play Void Shift as a talent option, but this man is gonna go, look how much damage he took and how much damage he recovered with just Vampiric Embrace and probably Warlock Hellstone from Mova, keeping him alive just a hair longer. Speaking about hairs, Christina got all that fur, all that cat hair leaping in on top of Shaken. Does the Shadow Priest have any CC to follow? Might have burned Fear as well as Stun already, trying to land a mind control into Christina. Is going to be successful, but the chicken going to stop and bash onto Shaken. Big dress and a big bite to Shaken. Might be able to get some CC and get some damage going into Christina. Hopefully Shaken isn't too shaky against the Feral as his health is dipping kind of low. Does get the dots of the Feral. Mindbender joining the fight. Shaken does get a Void Eruption rolling. Void Bolts are flying, but is that going to be enough though? Shaken having to go for a bit of a greater fate, trying to get interrupted by Christina in this burst open here. Shaken, barely any health available, is actually starting to get some damage to Christina, minding to wall this damage. It is a Shadow Priest, safeguard Shaken, Brocket for Shaken, does land fear to Christina, looking for a self-heal. That's going to be Siphon getting some channels onto Christina, who does dip out of the pillar to Moonfire. Shaken might be actually completely done with some CC. Actually, no, looks like Stun did come back. Is going to get a readout to Christina, and there goes the Disperse by the Shadow Priest. He's just looking to stay alive. He's not even using it as a defensive. He's just using it to stay alive from Christina's damage. Silence onto the Feral. Is that going to do anything at all, though? This is a Shadow Priest versus a cat. The cat is out of the bag, and it's out here bashing Shaken. Big reaping, almost taking him down. Shaken does get himself a massive heal. I think that was the Warlock Hellstone coming in here. So maybe that's two Warlock Houses that just got burned. It's hard to tell, man. It's actually hard to tell. He did get out of combat at some point, so if that was a Hellstone, that might have been perfect timing as wall coming out. Christina has the wall up and running, getting mind controlled on their wall though. Mindbender unable to attack him. Not gonna walk Christina behind the pillar though. Shaken was thinking about the open. Siphon perfect to slow. Stunning Christina. Siphon still channeling. Mind control to fall away. Christina could be going down here to the Siphon. It does go down. Shaken turning it around like a master magician here. Playing those mind games with a Feral. I don't think I've ever seen a Feral get destroyed by a Shadow Priest before the dampener even rolls in. Reflect available for Crom as he's playing that Fury Warrior. Maybe the damage will be slow enough and low enough where Shaken might be able to make a play here, as this is going to be one class and another that don't really have the biggest. I mean, the Feral does have some bursts available with trinkets allowed, but it's a lot of bleed damage. Big darts onto Shaken as Crom is going to be playing the damage-oriented playstyle. Mova walking up to sacrifice Christina. Probably should be out here in the open because that's going to get confusing for everybody. And Crom tried to turn around to kill the Siphon. That's going to be a stun. No more trinket available for the Warrior. Fears, though, are not going to bother him whatsoever. Popping up more cooldown. Shaken just really doesn't have a lot of to follow here. Does get the Void Operational rolling. Leap by the Warrior to reconnect with the Shadow Priest. It's going to be that Reflect, but Disperse comes out at a perfect time for Shaken. And Crom hasn't went for big heals yet. Hasn't gone for charge heals. Hasn't went for enraged regeneration just yet. Shaken is going to get a fear, maybe just to get some sort of CC onto Crom, walk in another direction. Zerker rages out of that fear immediately. Shaken does have himself greater fade, looking not to get interrupted by Crom. Are they able to Blaze Storm coming out for Crom? Just looking to not get CC'd by the Priest that goes out mind control. Just going to walk the Warrior over a little bit. Could be a leap out of the Warrior, maybe to reconnect. Definitely should be a charge available. Stunning Crom out in the open. Mind Blast while Siphon is going to apply an extra layer of slow. Crom does eliminate Siphon, but I don't believe he went for a Bloodthirst there, so I don't really know if he got much healing. Maybe he did go for a Bloodthirst, but the Siphon was reducing it while casting at him. That's going to be Crom just still trying to get back at Shaken. That is going to be a Void Bolts coming out. Mindbender slapping the Warrior around. Could be Zerker's Rage right here. Mind Control coming out onto Crom. It's just maybe he needs to get himself a charge. Maybe Zerker in Rage Regeneration might need to come out here, walk the warrior into the eyeball for the 5% extra damage. And Sheikah does have Greater Fate to rotate out of this one though. Warrior should have a tricky coming up very, very soon. Sheikah hopefully is aware that they need to have a good position here, because they don't really have a lot of defenses coming back at the moment. It's going to be dispersed in 12 seconds. Do they give themselves enough time for those 12 seconds to come back? VT does get interrupted. Could be down right here. Oh, the Shadow Priest gets slain in the most predictable way that we all thought was going to happen. Just lock down and take it down. It's cool. Doesn't come back. Sheikah, though, for reference, if you, my man, if you want to use a Void Shift as an auto talent or go for Conflict of Strife to gain that, you're more than allowed to. More than allowed to. Who's up next? It looks like it's going to be Elune up next versus Crom. Drake coming out from the Stormbolt as the warrior just tried to kite away from the Demon Hunter hair. Disarm onto the Demon Hunter. It looked like dress came out. I don't know whose dress it was. And the Demon Hunter goes up in the air where the warrior can't really do much. Does get one of those lances reflected back at Elune. And I guess it came with a dot. What kind of dot has he got going on? Is that Katika's on you? Do you have Katika's on you? Looks like it's going to be a stun onto Crom. As long as he can survive the metamorphosis from Elune, he might be okay. Darkness still available for Elune. Dress came out by, I think, the Demon Hunter. Safeguard Trigger Procket for Crom. Actually has Elune on the ropes right now. Darkness coming down. Could be an execute range. Waiting for Blur to be available very soon. Get interrupted on the IB. Could be done and done for the Demon Hunter. Blur coming up very, very soon. The Blur dodge is the only thing that's keeping him alive right now. Crom, if he just sneaks one ability past Blur, he might be able to do something here. Stun onto Crom for a second. Demon Hunter trying to turn this around. Backflip again. Imprison onto the warrior. Does he get the charge? Actually, is there still a bleed Roland Elune? He's just completely out of options. Oh, Stormbolt taking them down. Down goes the Demon Hunter, boys. And next up, it's going to be Ganker as a rogue versus the warrior. Crom did just go for Enrage Regeneration. Doesn't have that for about a minute here, a little over a minute. That's going to be Ganker popping in with a Kidney Shot Bike and Crucible, but that's going to be a charge for Crom, getting the Bloodthirst off of Ganker. But the wound poison is now coursing through his veins. The healing reduction is already present. The procs happening from Azeroth is already trickling down Crom, and one more Crucible. That's going to get himself to use in Rallying Cry. Stormbolt flew out, but Ganker does Shadow Meld the Stormbolt. Re-Kidneys on the Crom. Trick us out of the Kidney Shot. Evasion available for Ganker right now. Crom does pop him into fear, and Ganker still has so much advantage and pressure. Evasion getting dodged. Evasion dodging the gesture, I meant to say. Joel DK is going to be up next versus Ganker. This is a rogue. Already got that crippling poison rolling. The slows are already going up onto the Demon Hunter. And that's the only way to really stop a Demon Hunter, to pop a slow on him, in my opinion. That's going to be Ganker actually swapping out from wound poison to a deadly poison. I guess he feels, you know what? How do you say your name? Joel DH? Joel? What is that O with the double dots? What kind of sound does that make? I only guess. I'm guessing it prolongs it. Like Joel? I don't know, dude. Major. Can you call him MJ? MJ, though. I don't know. I don't agree with Ganker popping on deadly poison there, man. That's MJ's a Demon Hunter. He can still heal. Unless Ganker wants to go for the dot and rod playstyle that he's so far has been able to be successful at. I guess Kidney Shots without a chicken for MJ for a while is going to be the way to go. Garrod onto MJ. Just trying to get the dots rolling. MJ does. Oh, get a trinket out of Ganker. Who's going to land a Kidney Shot onto MJ? Is that a bike to follow? Does hit him with double Crucible. Mally rolling up. Yeah. He decided I'm just going to swap to a deadly poison and let the dots rot, man. Let the poisons flow. With Nut Smash gonna be going up next. I like how we have a guy named Nut Smash and Oric Smash over here, dude. One is smashing nuts. The other is smashing butts. That's gonna be Ganker. Is he gonna have to switch up his gameplay? Is he gonna go back to wound poison, or is the other poison to go to against the DK? I mean, I guess if he does the same thing to MJ, not let him even tag him to take any kind of healing, might be okay. And Ganker so far not even trying to get aggressive. He's down a trinket, down to vanish. So he's just looking to maybe get the hell away from the Death Knight. The Death Knight should be aware that MJ or Ganker is at the pillar. Should be pushing up at him. He can't avoid a sap, I think, if he just goes for Death Knight on one side, sends the pets in. But he doesn't do it. Looks like he decided, you know what, I really don't want to get sapped. I know where he's at, but I really don't want to get sapped. And Ganker does not get a trinket for about a minute for Nut Smash. This could be quite a lot of damage. Immediate trinket into IBF? Out of a cheap shot? Nut Smash is just throwing everything down on the table. Trinket and IBF on a stun. Boys. Don't you ever Trinket and IBF a stun. IBF will take you out of a stun already. Oh, man. Well, actually, Nut Smash might end up paying with this on cooldown. It's going to be Nut Smash getting hit with a bike, even though he almost got the bike almost... I have no words for what just happened. I have no words for what just happened. But there goes Nut Smash. Give it a good old college try against Ganker. Oryx Smash popping every defensive, every offensive. Does get a reflect back at Ganker, who does have a... Yep. Ganker has the effect of pulling people in the cowardice fate position. I think that's what happens to most people that face against Ganker. I think that's a pretty fair assessment. Ganker with a 4? Whoa. Now, what the hell do I name this video? Do I call it the Priest, Outplay, or a Feral? Or do I highlight the Rogue? That's going to be a hard one, but a fun decision for me to make at a later time, boys. Let's get another one going, boys. Yeah, another one going. Another Nathos here. Oh, man, let's go, boys.